Hey again, gang. So we're going to offer some production tips and tricks. As you've heard me talk about perhaps in the past, the Black Country record, which was just released finally after 14 years, we cut that entire record live in 2 days. Now, we did wear headphones on that recording, open back headphones, which I hate because they are really particular with pitch if you're not used to using them, and the studio over there uses them all the time. Drove me out of my mind, but for tracking, they were okay. But I prefer to not use headphones at all. What you say? Yes. Bob Olson and I started, maybe like 15, 17 years ago. We started working together 21 years ago, but about 15 to 17 years ago, we went back to some of the old techniques. And one of those was no headphones. Why no headphones? Well, there's a lot of reasons. The first main reason is the dynamics are better between the musicians in the room because you're listening to each other, right? You're not more meing in your headphones where everybody has their own headphone mix. No, you have to adapt your dynamics and your playing style to everybody else in the room to get everything to sit right. Thus, it records better. Also, your pitch is better singing. Like what? You're singing live? Yes. I've created a playlist. My album, I Curse the River of Time, that came out in 2013, which, I'm very, very proud of, and it did very well. We recorded that whole album live. Yes, live. With no headphones, with everybody in the room together, a very, very small room, a converted garage, believe it or not. And what's more remarkable is we only had 8 tracks because the friend of mine whose garage we recorded in only had an interface with 8 channels. So what did we do? Well, you have a drummer, you have a double bass player, you have a guitar player, you have a couple other instruments in the room. I'm singing and playing live. We quickly ran out of channels. So what we did, and that's why I made a playlist on YouTube so that you can check it out. I didn't choose every song that we filmed from that record because not every song that we filmed has the band in it, but we tried to get at least two different angles for several songs. So I've put those in this playlist so you can actually see us recording live. And I'm singing live and everybody's playing live in the room. One of the more remarkable things about it is my vocal mic, which has to be in figure of 8, as is the mic on my acoustic, so that there will be a null point so that the acoustic won't be bleeding too much into the vocal mic and vice versa. But my vocal mic, the backside of it is the kick drum mic. Yes, it's the kick drum mic. So if you just soloed my vocal, you would be hearing the kick drum with nothing else going on. And it's amazing, but it worked fantastic. And it was just about really knowing what you're doing, really smart mic placement, and playing really, really well. So that's what we did. So you'll look at this playlist on YouTube and you will see us recording this live. The only song I didn't sing live on is the last one in the playlist, which is The Harbor Road that I wrote with Freddie Johnston, because I was playing dulcimer live with that. So that I had to overdub my vocal. And I'll tell you what, it was a pain in the butt to overdub the vocal when every song we were playing live together for the rest of the record. But it worked out. It was just too difficult to play dulcimer live, looking down at what I was doing and sing and project. I want you to check that out. No headphones, only 8 channels. The vocal mic is the kick drum mic. These are some of the compromises or creative choices, if you will, that were made before we had like 400 tracks in every session. And you know what? The feel of the record, the emotional context of it, the emotional impact of it, I think is better. I think it's better recording live and singing live. Why? Because it's a performance and everybody's balancing together. And I think that the dynamics are way better. It just almost mixes itself, which is why the kick drum into the back of my vocal mic worked. Great musicians, great playing, great songs. Make it happen. You can do this. You don't need 400 channels. You can do it with 8. So check that out. It's the I Curse the River of Time playlist on YouTube. You'll see us recording the record live, at least on those songs where the whole band is featured. And then there's some other songs we did, but for some reason the second camera died at some point. We couldn't keep track of everything. So I hope you dig that, and I hope you realize you don't need to make it more complicated than it has to be.